So let's go into some concluding comments about what I've presented about Siamese cosmopolitanism, ethnic, religious, linguistic diversity in the Ayutthaya period and in the early Bangkok period. I made claims, I said that I'd make some concluding comments, but actually what I'm more interested in doing is not just making concluding comments, but for me to be making some concluding comments, questions, and giving some suggestions about reading. Remember, this first and foremost is a course of directed reading. And so we're just going to switch programs now to Xmind, to the mind mapping software that I use to do the vast majority of my presentations. And so let's switch to that now. Siamese cosmopolitanism. I made a number of comments at the beginning of my presentation. And the first was that there is great value, depending on the research question, but there is great value in pursuing a disciplined, interdisciplinary methodology. And so we gain a lot as social scientists when we collaborate with cartographers, with demographers, and with social historians. Data takes a number of forms, and although the bread and butter, our primary methodological approach may be qualitative data, that complementing our own primary qualitative data with a range of secondary data that we may not have the expertise in can often enrich our study of a range of phenomena, including the study of ethnicity, which is what we are talking about. So by all means, dive into maps, dive into murals, the things that are analysed by art historians, as well as census data that demographers enjoy interacting with so many. I've got a number of questions. I've got a couple of small questions that I'd like you to consider. What do you understand by the term cosmopolitanism? Are you familiar with this term? And if you are not, I suggest that you consider this to be an interesting iceberg tip that you begin to drill down on. It's related to the concept of cultural and ethnic hybridity, which is going to be a subject that we will deal with in more detail later on. My second question is this: is contemporary Thailand cosmopolitan? Is contemporary Thailand a place where people accept a range of cultural influences? If you do consider Thailand to be cosmopolitan, then what ways and for what reasons is it cosmopolitan? And if it is not, why not? When I say something, again, when I repeat it more than once, but twice and 3 and 4 times, it's not because I don't think that you're listening, but I think that I really do want to emphasize the way in which you will get the most out of this course when you follow the suggested readings. And I've got a number of readings I'd like you to consider dipping into. What I've done is I have prepared a reader. I've prepared a collection of articles that are on the Google Drive, and this reader is called Revisiting Ethnic Diversity in Thailand, an experimental e-course reader. It's over 100 pages, and it contains a number of individual articles, and you'll see here the table of contents. And the readings that I've given you range from a general introduction to ethnic classifications in Thailand. It's got I've got the articles that I mentioned in here, Van Roy and Grabowski, for example. And then there are some introductions to analysis of Lao, of Khmer, of Chinese and Malay ethnic minorities. You can download this, the link to this will be provided for you. You can download the maps that I've used in the front of the reader. You can download this onto your hard drive. You can index it, and you can read the range of articles, all of which have the same theme about analysing Thailand's ethnic diversity. And so I hope that you enjoy reading this. The number of pages you read will depend on what your reading requirements from your course are. So it's been really good introducing this to you. It's been really good sitting and talking about your background and your history, and what a fascinating story it is. So thanks very much. We'll see you again next time.